Sorry, I got interrupted by the Parcel Force pickup man who's here on a very, very regular basis these days. Anyway, here we've got my tooling storage cabinet and my Chester Cub 620 lathe. I've got lathe tools and some more miscellaneous storage up on the walls. Some quite frequently used pumps, pumps, belts, things like that. And then my Chester Superlux milling machine. It's a nice size mill, just a little bit smaller than what you would have in a pro shop, but still pretty heavy duty, more than the basic bench top. So it's quite capable mill with power feed. And then the milling accessories and tools. In the cabinet, some layout and measurement tools, miscellaneous lathe tools, inserts for the carbide tips, some drills, some reamers, milling tools, chamfering bits and mills, some testing equipment, and some collets for the mill. More milling accessories, micrometers, digital indicators, setup tools, parallels, 1, 2, 3 blocks, dial indicator stands. Empty drawer yet to be filled with craps. Another drawer that's mostly empty that's being reconfigured. Down here I've got clamps and heavy duty drill bits and some drill kits. Moving over here, we've got my horizontal bandsaw. Horizontal bandsaw is a really useful tool. It's set up so it also has a table that's quick release. So you lift it up, you've got a little vertical table that slides right in, quick attach, so I can make quick vertical cuts. Not as good as a purpose-built vertical bandsaw, and it doesn't have a fence, but it's still quite useful. And it's quite handy that it comes on and off really easy. Down below, another TIG welder. That's an Artec 210 AC/DC machine. It's basically the backup welder slash test machine. In here, we've got some fasteners, storage, electrical parts, electrical testing equipment, some miscellaneous abrasives. Nothing in these two drawers yet. Some miscellaneous. Over here, this little tower, you've got all the assorted fasteners from M3 to M6, all stainless steel that I use quite regularly, all labeled and ready to go. Some drills. In here, some electrical terminal storage, miscellaneous parts and electrical. This is mostly welder equipment, welding consumables, and some tools. Same welding equipment, tools. Down below, those are tapes and adhesives. This is a little corner I don't like to talk about. This is where I just toss a bunch of crap that I don't know what to do with. It tends to be quite messy in here. This is the cabinet we don't talk about. In here is motors and motor storage and a couple other various tools. This is my electronics bench, so I do most of the termination work, soldering, crimping, etc. So over here you've got heat shrink, my wire, all my various crimpers, the tools I use the most, all on that new shelving system that I designed. This is a custom tool holder for my crimpers, which is really handy. Soldering station, desoldering station, and hot air gun. All of the little connectors and doodads that make all the tools work. Up above, oils, adhesives, cleaners, that kind of thing. The sound system, which is a pivotal part of working here. The music is always on, sometimes too loud. And then here we've got the hydraulic press brake that I designed and built. This is a mini hydraulic press brake with a maximum width of 415 millimeters, and it's got a digital backstop on it, so it's got this fence that controls the depth of where the bend is, that's manually adjusted, and then it's got a digital indicator readout, which lets me get some very, very accurate, precise bending work done. And then all the different dies that make it work, that do its magic. So these come different lengths so that you can configure them for different widths of sheet metal. And then in this cabinet, pliers, scissors, miscellaneous cutting tools, screwdrivers, precision and large ones, knives, multimeter, RPM tester, temperature meter. In this one's tap and dies, all sorts of tap and dies for putting threads in things. Wrenches, ratchet, and spanners. Very used. Nice set of imperial and metric spanners. The dies again. More abrasives. Always have drawers full of abrasives. And then this is the drawer we don't like to talk about. This is tools I don't use very often, but they're still handy and they're just kind of piled in there willy-nilly. My vacuum is always in the way. I don't really have a good place for it. Wish I had a better place to store that. This shelf is where I store parts of things that I'm working on really regularly or in the next couple of days, like the staging area. And then going into the house, this used to be my jewelry and lapidary studio, but most of my jewelry and lapidary tools are just collecting dust, and it's just a place to pile stuff because this room is just turned into a storeroom basically. So in here we've got machines and machine part storage. Over there we've got the 2 4 calving arbors and the current batch of Pro 10 and 12 inch flat laps. My old welder sitting here ready to be sold, just taking up space right now. This is another counter we don't like to talk about. These are my personal tools just piled up with no place to go, with some lack of defined storage. It just becomes a jumble. This is lapidary materials, turquoise mostly, stones ready to be cut that are in the raw. Jewelry bench, total disaster, complete mess. Lots of tools just piled up, lots of just dust. Over here, we're a little bit better, we're more organized. We've got machine parts for the current batch. So I think I'm gonna have to expand this and get another one of these because I'm already running out of space. I've got piled up on the floor, so we need a place to keep all these parts and stuff. So these shelves, they seem to hold a lot of weight and they work really well, but they fill up really quickly. As soon as this was bought, it was filled basically within a day. More machine parts, some more jewelry stuff that's just laying around. And then the back exit to the garden. That's the entry to the house. And then this is the garage entrance that takes me to the driveway. This is open storage. This is where I take my deliveries. Usually there's a couple of pallets here, but it's nice I can open the door and work. And then this is looking back in through the garage from outside. And that's it. That's my cozy little crammed shop.